Well, joining me via Skype is Akimbode Olufemi. He is an environmental activist, tobacco control advocate, and deputy director of Environmental Rights Action and Friends of the Earth, Nigeria. Good morning, and thanks for joining us on TVC Breakfast.
Good morning.
Now, quickly talk to us, make us understand how critical is the aspect of the implementation of this law to ending issues of tobacco smoking and perhaps those who are perhaps called secondary smokers.
So, the fact is, tobacco is killing of people around. The last of the statistics says tobacco currently kills 1,600 Nigerians every year. And because we need to save the lives of our people, that was why the WHO initiated the Framework Convention on Tobacco Control, for which Nigeria is a signatory. And it is also the responsibility of the Nigerian government to domesticate that law. That process started long ago. It gave birth to the Tobacco Control Act 2015. But there was a clause, there is a clause in that law that says that some section of it has to, be enforced through regulations. Then from 2015 to 2019, we were in the process of getting those regulations set up. Those regulations were basically approved in December 2019, giving impetus to the original objective, which is to save lives. So many Nigerians are taken to the habit of smoking. So many of our kids, so many of our children have been introduced into smoking. So we need the regulatory mechanism to ensure that the environment does not encourage them to continue to smoke, so that they don't get sick and so that they don't die.
But your group understands how critical the aspect of funding is to ending this and also the implementation. But we see that in the recent budget, there was no provisions made. So how are we going to have that implementation to successfully carry out what we intend to achieve?
I think we need to thank the crafters of the National Tobacco Control Act and the National Tobacco Control Regulation, that they realize that for tobacco control to be sustainable in Nigeria, there must be a mechanism to be able to resource all the activities that are needed, be it enforcement, be it public education, for people to get more and more acquainted with that of smoking. So they created this mechanism that is called the Tobacco Control Fund, and also created provisions for how to resource that fund. So that mechanism is there, it is a law, and what we expected the Nigerian government to do is to begin to initiate processes that that particular fund is created to complement, the budget. We're not happy that, there is no budget for tobacco control. It shows that this current government still needs to have more political will to be able to speak from tobacco addiction, because where your mind is, that's where you put your money. So that is the situation for now that we believe that that fund will rectify.
All right, Akimbode Olufemi, thank you for speaking with us on TVC Breakfast.
All right, joining me now via Skype is Akimbode Olufemi. He's an environmental activist and tobacco control advocate, as well as the Deputy Director of Environmental Rights Action and Friends of the Earth, Nigeria. It's nice to have you join me, Akimbode. Now, when it comes to the issue of advocacy and awareness creation and orientation or reorientation against issues of smoking, this has been on for quite a while. How impactful would you say that this advocacy over the years have been?
Well, I think the two most significant outcomes of our work over the years has been the National Tobacco Control Act, as well as the National Tobacco Control Regulation 2019. Of course, there have been some pockets of successes along the road, the ban of advertising on, mainstream media, the ban of, the music shows that we used to see, and, the ban of advertising on billboards and some outdoor places. So, yes, we have. But I must tell you that we have not seen the kind of significant reduction in smoking the way we want it, because Nigeria has not began to enforce the law holistically in a comprehensive manner that will bring smoking rate down in this country.
All right, now let's get into the law now. Part of that law states the prohibition of smoking in public places, and the fine for that is the minimum of 200 naira and the maximum of about 1,000 naira. What kind of deterrent would that be to anyone who is smoking in the public place, which is a violation of the law?
First, let me say that that has been revised in the regulation,
Okay.
properly according to the Act. And that is way, way higher. But beyond the fine, let me also say that our own take about tobacco control is not to victimize the smokers, but to look at the environment that encourages them to smoke. So we try to concentrate more on people that create those places that encourage our people to smoke. And to do that is that government itself needs to begin to enforce the provision of the Act as relates to ban of smoking in public places, and ensuring that as of today, most of the places where people are smoking illegally, the owners of those places are made to face the law.
All right, now far beyond the issue of the law that the state is supposed to entrench or uphold, are the awareness amongst Nigerians who are involved in the habit of smoking on a daily basis. How aware is an average Nigerian smoker that smoking is dangerous to his or her health?
So the point about awareness is that it's comparative. A lot of people will just tell you that tobacco is bad, but they don't even know how bad cigarette is. And so one of the things we think government should be able to do, because CSOs cannot do it alone in a nation of about 180 million people, with about 36 or 37 states, is to begin a nationwide orientation campaign about the dangers of smoking, getting people to know that, look, if you smoke, you are predisposing yourself to cancer, yourself to sudden death by disease. You are, affecting the health of our children, and that women are affecting their unborn babies. Men are likely to be more predisposed to being impotent and things like that. These are things that people don't know, and that we need to take this message not from only what we have now in the cities to the grassroots level where the people smoke the most.
All right, Akimbode Olufemi, we have to leave it here now. Thank you very much, Deputy Director, Environmental Rights Action, Friends of the Earth, Nigeria. Thank you very much for your insight.
Well, joining us via Skype is Akimbode Olufemi. He is an environmental activist, tobacco control advocate, and Deputy Director of Environmental Rights Action and Friends of the Earth, Nigeria. Good morning. Thank you for joining us on TVC Breakfast. Now, countries like Senegal and Ghana have already been on the verge of reaching the WHO benchmark in tobacco taxation. And looking at the importance of funding tobacco controls, some have said that perhaps this will be the way to go, especially reviewing the tax system that the industry pays. What do you make of this?
Well, that's absolutely correct. And we have advocated for significant increase in cigarette and tobacco taxes. Because when you win-win situation, one, you will take tobacco to the reach of children, and secondly is increases government revenue. In 2007, a marginal increase in advocated about the 100% taxes on tobacco products. And this is not actually quite a number of our policies. They do know that it's about maybe that's about with the current that the pack of tobacco should be set for 1,000. And this is probably at the point that we're not acts and the regulations.
All right, I'm afraid we need to leave this conversation here now because of the technical challenges we're facing. Akimbode Olufemi, thank you for speaking.